Okay, welcome everybody. So today I want to react to Andrew Tate's interview by BBC. So let's get into it.
Now, the BBC has questioned the controversial social media influencer Andrew Tate at his home in the Romanian capital, Bucharest. Tate is under house arrest and being investigated by Romanian prosecutors for accusations including rape, human trafficking and exploiting women, which he denies. The BBC challenged him on whether his views about women broadcast to his millions of online followers harmed young people, as many teachers and police officers claim. Well, the interview, which had no set conditions, was Tate's first since being released into house arrest from police custody last month. Lucy Williamson reports now from Bucharest.
We are doing an interview with you because you're facing some very serious allegations.
Correct.
Rape, human trafficking.
Yep.
And also because there's a great deal of concern about the things you say and the impact that they have on young people, on women.
I don't think the concern's about the things I say. I think the concern is for the level of influence I have and the reach I have.
Let's start with the allegations. Have you raped anybody?
Absolutely not.
Have you trafficked anybody?
Absolutely not.
This is quite weird. First of all, I find this I was thinking that at least they were going to be at least empathizing to him and at least as a journalist ask him about his experience in the dungeon, his experience while the incarceration. This guy has been in the prison for months and he has not been charged yet. And then you're not even concerned about that part. I just think that's where they're supposed to start. But
exploited any women for money?
Absolutely not.
But you have admitted using emotional manipulation to get women to work in the webcam industry for you.
No. We have an open criminal investigation. I am absolutely and utterly sure I'll be found innocent. I know the case better than you. I know it intimately and you don't. I have seen all the criminal files and the evidence against me and you haven't. I know the truth of what happened and you don't. And I'm telling you absolutely and utterly, I've never hurt anybody, that the case that's been put against me is completely and utterly fabricated. And I'm never going to be found guilty of anything. And it's very difficult for me to answer your in-depth questions because we're sitting here inside of the territory of Romania. I'm beholden to the Romanian legal system, and I'm not going to incriminate myself.
Let me read you then what you have said about what you have done.
Sure.
You have said, my job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, get her to fall in love with me to the point where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on webcam so we could become rich together. I
don't think that's what I personally said. I think
that's exactly what you said on your website.
No, I've never said that. That's something that you found on the internet.
that's a very horrible thing. If you actually said that, but yeah, if you actually said that, that's a very horrible thing to say. But why hasn't he been charged for that? Does it mean there's not any provision of law for this, or he didn't say it? What's the truth?
Doesn't mean I've said it.
In your words.
And again, once again, if any female on the planet has a problem with me, I strongly recommend her to go to the police and try and pursue me for criminal charges. I'm actually such a nice person that I've never...
Okay, I get his defense here. Oh, if this is on his website, so he's treating his website as a company and him as a personal person. Yeah, that's the basic understanding of how the business entity and personal brand works. Yeah, it's a normal defense that anybody will put up, that anybody will use, I guess.
He has spoken to somebody since your arrest who says exactly those things, that with you, it's all manipulation. There's an ulterior motive to everything you do.
Is this Sophie? Oh, it's Sophie, the fake name, no face.
I was so intent on wanting to please him and wanting him to be happy that I was just kind of, yeah, okay, do whatever you want.
And what is she accused? Has she accused me of a crime, this imaginary Sophie?
She's making the point that there is
Has she accused me of a crime?
Emotional or psychological manipulation.
I've asked you a question, and I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you a question.
Correct, but you're not the boss here, because I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you the questions.
Correctly, and I'm telling you.
You get to decide the answers.
No, we're equal here. I've allowed you into my house. You don't come here with a position of authority. I'm doing you the favor as legacy media, giving you relevance by speaking to you. And I'm telling you now, this Sophie, which the BBC has invented, which there's no face of, nobody knows who she is.
The BBC did not invent her.
Of course not. And
the truth is that this doesn't sound like an interview. It looks like an interrogation for me. Yeah, which I don't think it's the work of journalists to be doing. Journalism should be at the center, to be neutral. But this looks like they are coming to interrogate him. Like they are not even like asking about the two sides of the argument, the government argument and his own side of the story, like or let's say the victim's argument and his own side of the story. They're not trying to look at that. They're just coming from, they said this and we kind of believe that's the truth. That's where they're coming from. And I think it's disingenuous.
And because you never invent anything. And she's not filed criminal charges against me. What are we talking about here? What is she saying?
We're talking about emotional manipulation.
And that's quite weird. It's awkward. He's been in, oh my God, for months and they've not been able to charge him for anything. Yeah, like I like the guy and I hate him sometimes, but why is he being held to something that I don't know? Like it's
sex industry for your financial gain.
Absolute garbage.
I'm describing women who are going to court to accuse you of rape and human
Sophie
trafficking.
hasn't gone to court. Sophie doesn't exist.
I'm describing women who have spoken to the BBC at length.
Sophie doesn't exist.
And other media organisations.
Why can't these women who have spoken to the BBC take their case to the courts? Is BBC the court? Are they the judges? Are they the police? I don't know. There's something going on here. Is it that it looks like, yes, you might hate his views in some aspect, but does that mean like you want him to be incarcerated for what he has not done?
What they say is emotional manipulation and coercion, and I'm quoting back to you your own words where you describe
They're not my words.
Coercion and emotional manipulation.
They're words you found on the internet, and Sophie doesn't exist.
On your
let's
website,
move on to the next subject.
in your voice.
Move on to the next subject.
No, I think I'll stick on this one for a minute.
On.
So there's other places in that same website where you say...
Okay, this is not an interview. We should all agree now, this is not an interview, this is an interrogation, period. This is not an interview. This is not how you conduct an interview, and especially as a journalist, this is an interrogation.
You get girls to fall in love with you, and they do it because they love you, because they want to do what you say. Convincing women to take part in some kind of business arrangement doesn't work long-term because they're emotional. You've got to get them to fall in love with you.
You've said this again and again. He has denied it. What else do you want to... What does she want to take from this? He's trying to prove... I don't know, she's trying to prove something. What does she want to take from this? Like, you've said this. If this was an actual interview that you are interviewing someone and you want to get their opinion, you would have moved on. Yes, even if they were lying, like, you would have said, okay, this is what they said, and you compare it to the fact that you have. He said you should move on. Move on. This is a case. These guys cannot speak more than this on this. No, this is annoying.
That's coercion. That's emotional manipulation. That's abuse.
What you've found are...
It seems like she has a personal interest in this, and I think that's a horrible thing for a journalist to do. It's very obvious, like she has like... She's kind of like she has a personal thing for this. Like she wants to gain some, she wants to prove something. Like she has some kind of personal emotional investment in this. Like she wants to know this guy somehow. I don't know. That's how it looks.
Are clips from the internet, some text from the internet, and you're going to sit here and tell me that that's the reason I should be...
Your website, your words.
It's not my website.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Check my website. Next.
It's the website you've taken down, and I wonder why those comments have been taken down.
That's exactly. This is an interrogation. It's not an interview. Nothing you can tell me. This is not an interview. It's an interrogation. That's what I would call it.
Taking down my website is the same, and it's been the same for a very long time. You are accusing me. I'm guessing what you're trying to say is you're accusing me, and you're trying to say that I'm guilty of the things I'm accused of, and that I'm emotionally manipulating people.
I'm saying that you have said...
She's doing. That's what she's doing.
You emotionally.
That's exactly what she's doing. He's saying people are saying this about you and you are guilty of these accusations. Whether the court proved that you are right or wrong, whether the court hasn't proved that you're right or wrong, this is what people are saying, and I think you are guilty. That's what she's doing, basically.
They manipulated people here for your own financial gain.
No, absolutely not.
It's not only about the criminal allegations. It's a much bigger issue. You've got children's organisations in the UK, you've got rape organisations in the UK.
Ask about his experience while doing the incarceration.
As someone who has a harmful influence on children and on women in the UK and elsewhere because of the things you say, because of the way you present gender relations, the way you say men should treat women.
That's very upsetting. And the reason that's very upsetting is because I know that's not true. I'm genuinely a good person. I believe my impact on the world is positive.
The reason we're asking you about these comments is because we've got the chief executive of Rape Crisis naming you individually as spreading a dangerous ideology of misogynistic rape culture.
Absolute.
It's the comments you make that are leading people to say things like this.
Absolute garbage.
National organizations who are saying that are blaming you for increasing levels of misogyny. Schools that are saying they are having increased incidents of girls being attacked, of female teachers being harassed.
Oh my God.
By pupils.
That is dumb. I'm sorry. That is dumb. How can you say just because one guy who lives in Romania, I don't know, one guy appears on the internet and because of that, kids are harassing their teachers in school? Oh my God, that's dumb, to be honest.
Because of you and your teaching and your influence.
That's absolute garbage. I have never, ever encouraged a student to attack a teacher, male or female, ever. I preach hard work, discipline. I'm an athlete. I preach anti-drug. I preach religion. I preach no alcohol. I preach no knife crime. Every single problem with modern society, I'm against.
But
I'm teaching young men to be disciplined, to be diligent, to listen, to train, to work hard, to be exactly like me. And I'm saying that if men grew up like me, which are hardworking and diligent, and emotional control and stoic, we're going to have a better society, not a worse society. To sit here and say that schools in England, which is a failing nation, which has knife crime going through the roof, violence going through the roof, men's mental health going through the roof, and they're going to all blame me because I appeared on the internet 1 year ago.
You sell an image of success.
Disingenuous. It's disingenuous.
You
and
sell
also,
an image of financial success
correct.
with a Bugatti and a cigar, but it comes with a side order of misogyny.
How does having a Bugatti and a cigar come with misogyny?
Okay, I'm done with this. This interview is dumb, and this is not an interview, this is an interrogation. I've gotten the whole idea of the interview. I don't need to watch it till the end. She's going to continue pushing him and bringing allegations that people have been levying against him, and she's going to keep pushing the narrative that, okay, these are what people are saying, and I think you are guilty of it, so prove yourself. And then maybe later at the end, she's going to ask him to apologize, which the guy is not going to do. So that's the end of the video. I think that's what they're going to do. So thank you, everybody. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. That's it. Yeah, peace out.